Liberty for Campaign deal with Ron Paul and Rand Paul. And, you know, I told the crowd there, my very concern with them is that they are much more interested in their guns than the quality of their food. And I said, if I go sit down to eat, I'd much rather eat a T-bone steak than a 12-gauge shotgun shell. Not that I'm not anti-gun at all. I'm a good, you know, card-carrying NRA member. I believe we should have lots more guns, okay? Like we should have lots more freedoms for food choice and for having our pigs. See, the problem is, so you have this lack of interaction. I'll get around to the question. And then what you have is you have this anti-property rights agenda in our culture right now that essentially you don't own you. I mean, you know, I'm responsible for your health, even though you're smoking 2 packs of cigarettes and drinking 6 cans of soda pop every day. I'm responsible for your health. All right. So we don't own ourselves, and we don't even own our. These are not my pigs. The U.S. says these says these are just part of the national herd. And my chickens are part of the national flock. Okay? And so I mean, the pinnacle of this is GMOs with Monsanto, where you have, for the first time in human civilization, patented life. Patented life. So we have ownership of beings. Are you with me? Ownership of beings. All right? That are inherently promiscuous. And they go across, they don't respect this fence here. My cows and pigs, they all respect this fence. GMO pollen doesn't. And so these beings come across this fence and promiscuously interact with my beings and give me life forms that I don't want. Now, wouldn't you think that I could call up the district attorney and say, hey, somebody's bull just came over and trampled my flower bed. Not only does the DA not go after Monsanto for property and for trespass infringement, but now our courts are so convoluted that they now say I get to pay Monsanto for the privilege of their bull tillage in my flower bed that I didn't want. And so we have this massive assault on ownership, property rights, the meanness of me, the personhood of a person. And that's what the Fourth Amendment is all about, is that we will be secure in our persons and effects. Those pigs are our effects. This land is our effects. Okay? So, the feral pig problem is a cultural manifestation of visceral ecological relationship being marginalized, so nobody's hunting, and a food system in which people who go out and shoot the pigs can't incentivize their activity by selling the pork to hungry families, because it's part of the national herd, you see. And so we have no incentive to correct the problem, and in fact we're de-incentivized to deal with it. And so other states that don't have a massive problem like Texas yet are paranoid that they will develop a feral pig problem like Texas. And so they're trying to outlaw outdoor pigs. So the only way you can have a pig is in a confinement animal feeding operation like Smithfield or whatever. Now they're owned by the Chinese. But anyway, where you can only have a concentrated animal feeding operation. That's the only legal way to have a pig. And
it boils down to the paranoia. They're punishing people for what could happen.
Yeah.
And what hasn't actually happened yet.
That's right.
That's the sad part.
Yeah.
Had something actually happened and there needed to be a consequence for that action, then it could be justified. But when they're punishing people for something that hasn't happened yet, that's when the government has taken too much control.
Well, they were going on farms and they were forcing them to kill their pigs.
Yeah, well, I can assure you, nobody is going to force us to kill our pigs. Now, it might be illegal at some point, but I don't care who says that you have to go shoot your pigs. I'm not going to do it. They can shoot them if they want them dead, but I'm not going to shoot them.